Hello everyone, this is Sarah with the York County Library. Welcome to another Stay Creative York County video. Today we are going to be making a hanging yarn wall decoration. And this one you can see is a smaller one, but there's a lot about this project that you can customize. So what you're going to need for this project is a wooden dowel or some kind of sturdy, thin object for you to put your yarn on. You could do a wooden dowel, you could reuse or recycle something that you're getting rid of, or you could go outside, find a nice sturdy stick and use that. So that's up to you, but I'll be using this wooden dowel. I got this at the Dollar Tree actually in a pack, but you can find this at most craft stores, and I believe you should be able to find it at like Home Depot. So here we go. You are also, of course, going to need yarn in different colors. I'm going to be using these 3 colors, but you can use any type or length of yarn that you would like. These are cotton. This would be easy to clean if I wanted to clean it off for any reason. So any thickness, you could do a thick yarn, you could make your strands longer. So again, a lot of customizable options there. And the other thing you're going to need is a pair of scissors to cut down your yarn to put onto your wooden dowel. Optionally, you could also get a ruler so that you can measure out the lengths of yarn that you need very quickly. And that's it. So let's get into the video and see how I make my hanging yarn wall decor. So the first thing you're going to be doing with your yarn is to consider how long you want it to be once you put it on the dowel. I'm just using this placemat to measure because I know that I want to keep my piece fairly small. So the yarn needs to be double the length that you want it to be when you put it on the dowel, because we will fold it in half, then take the ends and place it under the loop at the other end to connect it to the dowel. So this is how the yarn will be on the dowel. So you can change up the length. Just keep in mind that after you're done, you can always take scissors and shorten it or shape the bottom. So you want to make sure that it is as long as the longest length you want on the final piece. So as you go along, just take your different colors, cut out the lengths, and then play around with the pattern. Once you get it on there, you can tighten it and then bring it to the end. So now just get your different lengths of yarn, different colors I mean, and create your piece. As you put your strands on, remember to move them towards the end. You can play around with how tight you want them to be, if you want them to hide the dowel entirely, or if you've painted the dowel, you might want it to peek through, but you can push them together at the end and get more on there. So there I am pushing it towards the end. Now I also played around with how I wanted to tie it. So you could just take a string, tie it to one end of the dowel. I did a double knot, and I didn't do it in the video, but you could take that tail and place it under the strings with an embroidery needle, or before you start your piece, you could tie the strings on the end, and then as you put the yarn on, you can tuck the tail of the yarn you're using to hang it underneath the new pieces of yarn. So that's one idea. But then I also thought maybe I want to incorporate the yarn that I'm using to hang it on the sides of the piece itself. So I tried by cutting a very long piece and then leaving a long enough tail to lay beside my finished piece. So this is just another option that you could do. You could also crochet a piece, or you could just chain and use that as the material that you want to use hang it by, or you could also use different materials than the yarn, but this is just how I decided to do it. And I also just cut the ends in a straight line, but you could make it wavy, you can make it rounded, it's up to you. And here's my finished piece on the wall. And there we go, it's done. What I really like about this craft, again, is all the customizable things you can do with it. You can change the color of the yarn, the thickness of the yarn, the length of the yarn. You can cut it at different shapes at the bottom. You can use different things for the wooden dowel here. You could even paint this wooden dowel to be a different color, put something on the ends of the wooden dowels if you wanted to. So there's a lot you can do here. Also think about what you can do with the strands of yarn. Maybe try braiding them. Maybe try putting beads on them or tying them in different knots. So yeah. So I hope you had fun today. I hope that you get to making a hanging yarn wall decor and make it your own. And until next time, friends, remember to stay cool, stay safe, and stay creative, York County.